What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your friend Cheap Loots. How you doing? Hooray! We have absolutely no new moments cards in NBA 2K23. My team. Clap, 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 clap. Also, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Keldon Johnson disappeared today. I honestly didn't know that. You know, I've been busy. It's been family member's birthday, so I've been a little bit busy. So yeah, I should have gotten it done. I just had one block left to do, which I ended up getting today, but I didn't get it quick enough, unfortunately. But still, there really seems to be no reason that it ended on Thursday, being we have no actual moments cards today, so I don't know why the time limit existed in the first place. This is kind of one of my number one gripes, honestly, with my team this year, is that every single thing has a nondescript, like, time limit attached to it, which doesn't seem to actually correlate with anything. That kind of is my number one issue. Like, I don't understand why Keldon Johnson, the Ruby Keldon Johnson, had to have a 4-day time limit on it. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why not even a full week? Like, it's like 4 days. Why? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't get it. Like, why is it only 4 days? And then you replace it with more puzzle pieces? For what, dude? I don't get this at all. It drives me nuts. Like, it absolutely drives me nuts. Just no moments cards is kind of infuriating. This guy complains for 20 minutes every time. Yeah, that's facts. Wait for those comments to come. For real. I just feel like maybe people need to understand the difference between complaining and constructive criticism. Like, I'm not complaining directly. I'm providing constructive criticism. Like, these things do need to change. Like, I don't understand, like, why they need to have a time limit. There's no reason for Keldon Johnson to have a time limit at all. Like, the time limits need to disappear on the moment stuff. Sure. For the puzzle pieces, you can keep the time limit. It doesn't matter. Also, why is it 4 days? Like, I don't understand. If you're going Thursday to Monday, like, if you're going to remove Keldon Johnson, at least provide a player. Like, we got 2 moments. Well, not technically speaking. I mean, technically speaking, they were 2 different weeks. But still, like, it is what it is. If you're going to remove a player, at least provide a new player. But there really should be no reason that these players should disappear ever at all. Like, that's the issue that I've had all year, is that they continuously provide these arbitrary time limits for these things. Like, it doesn't make any sense. If somebody is not able to get a challenge done in 4 days, which is very possible based on the fact that life exists and they may have other things to do, why can they still not get on? Like, why can't they get on 4 days later and get it done? Like, why doesn't it wait till the end of the season? It should. It should just be available the entire season. It's a Ruby Keldon Johnson. There's no reason to make somebody tweak out and play this game for 4 days straight to get it done. Like, right? If they happen to be busy that week and they're not able to play it, they should still be able to get it the next week when they hop on. There's no reason there should be a time limit on it, is what I'm saying. And at the bare minimum, if you're going to enforce these time limits, at least consistently rotate out moments cards. Like, there's no reason that we shouldn't have a moments card available right now. Whether that be, who's that, Matt Ryan, random dude from the Lakers, sure, why not? Yeah, I quit playing because if you just live a normal life and miss 1 or 2 days, you miss out on stuff. Exactly. Do they have this issue in MLB The Show? No. Every single program is available for the entirety of the game's lifespan. That is how it should be. Like, that shouldn't be a controversial opinion. Like, every single program that, is put into the game by the actual whoever handles content rollout with 2K. Like, I don't know if it's the dev team specifically, but whoever handles content rollout, it should be available for not only the entire season, but the entirety of the game. Like, if I want to go back in March and get this Ruby Keldon Johnson, I should be available to do that. I should be able to do that. I really should. Like, I don't understand. Like, there should be no reason that I have to get this done in a 4-day span. At the bare minimum, they need to extend to the end of the season. That's facts. Like, they need to extend to the end of the season at bare minimum. But realistically, there's no reason they shouldn't just exist forever. Like, And they're so uber specific too, where it's like you have to use Series 1 Keldon Johnson to get them done. Like, you realistically could have them be available to do at any point in the game's lifespan and it would be fine. They consistently do this and it drives me nuts. And in the comments, yeah, it's all about fear of missing out. Like, they need you to have FOMO. Like, their main driving force for getting people to play in this game is FOMO. But the fact of the matter is that only works on about 1% of the actual gameplay population. What it ends up doing is it takes a vast majority of people who would otherwise be playing this game pretty consistently and turns them off of the experience completely. That's the issue. The hardcore 2K guys are going to do this stuff regardless. Like, it doesn't really matter what you do, but you're not trapping anyone into this gameplay cycle. I think that's the thing that they don't understand, and I think it's really bothering me because they seem to think, because what they do is they'll look and monitor a lot of the discourse like on Twitter and like on Reddit, but those spaces are filled with hardcore 2K guys who play this game all day, every day, and rarely play anything else aside from like when a big name game like a Call of Duty comes out and they'll go jump on that for a little bit. They don't really monitor anything from like a casual perspective. And that's the thing that I always try to tell people when they comment on my videos, like, oh, this guy just complains for 15 minutes straight. Like, yeah, if I don't come out here and talk about it, realistically, who is? Majority of the people, I'm not saying I'm like important. I don't have a like superiority complex. Like, I don't care. But I try to talk about this game from a casual perspective because not a lot of creators do. And at the end of the day, you know, the 2K dev team and whoever works on the game, they do get their feedback from creators, from Twitter, from everywhere. So I want to go out and say, hey, like, you need to change these things. And you want to do it in a way that provides them with a reason to change it. If I just come out and I'm like, yo, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, this sucks, they're probably never going to change anything. But if I come out and I'm like, look, this really is something that only works on 1% of the fan base that you already pretty much have in the palm of your hands anyway. This isn't doing what you think it's doing. Like, this is turning people off. You can read my chat and you can see it's turning people off. People are literally in the chat like, yo, I'm not even playing this game anymore because this is what's happening. It sucks. I won't play it again because it sucks. Because for me, like, it's not something that's engrossing for me. It's something that actively turns me off of the experience. Yeah, we have way less players than we did last year at this point, for sure. I mean, due to the Season 2 eerie stuff, like, you know, the Season 1 players and stuff, I mean, we may have a similar amount of players, possibly even technically speaking more, but it doesn't feel like it, and that's kind of the issue. There's really no reward cards outside of the trophy case. I mean, pretty much everything is geared towards the trophy case, which if you're an average person that plays this game for fun, it doesn't play this game for, like, glory, you're probably, there's so many people in my community specifically that don't have a single trophy case player, or maybe they have one or two. Like, and it's very possible if you live like a realistic life outside of 2K and then you just play this game for a couple hours a week for fun, very possible you don't have a single trophy case player, because why would you finish an entire mode when you're just bumming around playing stuff? Like, yeah, that's the other issue too, is majority of people are only able to maybe, and I mean this really, and if you're sitting there and you're questioning what I'm saying and you're like, that's not accurate, you spend too much time on this game. Let's be real. Your average person is probably only able to get an absolute maximum of maybe 2 centerpieces in an entire season. That is your average person. And that's if they're trying to. That's just with the time that they have available, right? Like, that's factual. Like, most people play a lot. Like, I play a lot, and I still only have 3 trophy case players. And the reason being is because I switch game modes so much. I don't like to sit there and just grind the same game mode over and over again for 2 weeks. I like to switch it up, go play a bunch of different stuff. And, you know, it is what it is. I forced my son to grind for centerpieces as homework. Yeah, I feel like you're joking, but, like, I honestly could see if you weren't. But the fact that we don't get any moments plays, like cards, period, it just gives nobody any incentive to actually play. And then the fact that when they do upload these moments cards, they're only available for 4 days. Which I feel like people are not talking about. And the reason people aren't talking about it is because the majority of people are able to get it done in 1 day because they have infinite amount of time to do it. You know, if you're going to sit here and sporadically update them, like at random times, seemingly, then at the bare minimum, you need to keep them available for longer than 4 days. Like I said, if not the entire season, or if not for the entirety of the game's run, at least the entire season they need to be available for. I mean, that's just facts. Like, crispy. That's just facts, though. They need to. They need to be available for the whole season at the bare minimum, like they do. Like, yep, missed both the moments cards. Super annoying. Super trash. Like, they should not be available for 4 days. There's absolutely no benefit to do it from 2K's standpoint because it's like it's just actively turning people off from the experience. Even people who are hardcore grinders are getting annoyed at this type of stuff that they've been doing, and they've stopped playing this game and going to play other games. The amount of people that went back to FIFA, that went back to Madden, that went back to MLB. I mean, dude, for the most part, I play MLB more than I play 2K now because it's just like this game is mind-numbing. Like, with the amount of grinding I have to do for the little rewards that I actually get. Unless you are a straight-up grinder, top-tier grinder, and you play this game, you know, probably, honestly, 20 hours plus a week, you're not being rewarded for playing this game in any way, shape, or form. Like, yeah, be so OP to give someone an Ambi Brunson that doesn't even crack a majority of grinders lineups a week after. Like, oh man, 2K has become too much of a grind for me. I'll be back on my team after March. Yeah, and that's kind of the issue too. Is like you're not. It doesn't make sense from their perspective, and I think that's what annoys me the most. Because I'm rational at the end of the day, right? I may call them out for certain things, but what drives me nuts is when they do things that are both detrimental to the player base and detrimental to themselves, because it just doesn't make any sense. Because this whole like getting rid of cards in 4 days FOMO kind of like game plan that they're running right now does not benefit them in any way, shape, or form, because the only people that are getting sucked into this loop are people who under any circumstances would be sucked into any loop regarding 2K, because they just literally love the game that much. So I don't get it. I just don't. Like, this doesn't immerse anybody. Nobody is playing this game that wouldn't normally be playing this game due to the way that they're handling things this year. Nobody is jumping on the game and getting immersed in this kind of, I don't know, like this role that they're playing at this moment, because it's just like most people would just realize pretty quickly that they're already way behind and just stop playing. It doesn't work. Like, yeah. I'm used to the grind. Okay, well, dude, that's fine. But like most people aren't. Like I said, you're in the 1% of people who would already be playing this game regardless. You know what I mean? My biggest problem, yeah. So they crank the difficulty grind and average people suffer. Yeah, I mean that's the issue. At the end of the day, that's kind of what I'm talking about. It's like this doesn't benefit 2K in any way, shape, or form, because the people who they're listening to, as far as the complaints go, and the people they're attempting to cater to, will be playing the game just as much, just as often, under any circumstances. And I think that's been the biggest issue for the last probably 2 years. It doesn't have to be one or the other. I talked about this yesterday, and I think this is a very good compromise, right? With the trophy case system, what should have happened with the trophy case system is, let's take the Bucks, for example, right? They should have done it similar to how MLB The Show does any of their lock-in grinds, right? There's 15 cards here. Once you get 5, you get a Ruby card. So it's the Bucks. So once you get 5, you get like a Ruby Monte Ellis, right? Or let's say like a Ruby Larry Sanders, something. Or even like Sidney Moncrief or somebody like that. Just like kind of a random dude. And then an Amethyst at 10. Or a Diamond, but more than likely probably an Amethyst, right? Just to encourage getting the last 5. You just do like an Amethyst Monte Ellis, or, somebody like that. It doesn't really matter. Like Drew Holiday or something. And then you get your 15 and you get your pink diamond. That's what they should have done on every single one of these. So there's actually incentive to grind for these trophy case pieces, because majority of people aren't going to get the centerpieces necessary. They're going to have, like me, a bunch of teams with 12, 13 pieces and then no centerpiece. Like, that's what's going to happen. So there should have been some incentive for people to actually grind through these trophy cases, and some rewards for people to actually get 5. Like, if there were rewards for 5, I'd probably have a bunch more teams with at least 5 at this point, right? Like, I would, because I just don't care anymore. Like, I don't care. When I get my centerpieces, I'll get Jermaine O'Neal, and I'll get Brandon Jennings, and I'll get, Jimmy Butler at that point. But other than that, I really don't care about the trophy cases, because it's just like, dude, it takes way too much time. And honestly, I'm burnt out of this game already. Like, they really are. They don't want to do that because 2K wants people to open more packs for card collection. Yeah, but at the same time, like, that doesn't really hurt their revenue. They make all of their money from about a 1% of the population. 1%, 1% is maybe a little bit low. I would say maybe like 5% to 10%, in between 5 and 10 of the player base spends majority of the money. The reason I only say 5 or 10% is because the 1% of the massive grinders, like the people who are like top tier, they don't open packs. Like they buy Tice. Like that's the reality of the situation. They make majority of their revenue from pack addicts. Like people who are addicted to ripping packs. That's a reality. So it doesn't really hurt their bottom line very much. I mean, most people don't get on this game and spend money because, like, what's the point? Like, you can get on here and you can take a look, and spending money is not going to do anything for you. Most people understand that. Like, if you open packs, like, you'll open packs one time, get absolutely nothing, and then still be in the same place and probably never open packs again. That's real. And limited, yeah, you could say limited should be available all week. I agree with that sentiment, too, to encourage people to play it. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when it comes, I suppose. And it just doesn't make any sense. Like the whole moments situation and how they're rolling it out right now doesn't make sense. Are moments specifically going to make someone pick up a game? Period. Like, all right, if they drop moments Bronson and it's available for eternity, is that going to make someone go out and buy 2K? No. No, because this is typically the kind of argument that I get back pretty much every time. Is like, is this going to make someone go pick up 2K? No. Is this going to cause someone who is playing 2K to stay playing 2K as opposed to abandoning it and going to play another game, potentially opening themselves up to spend more money later? Yes. Yes, it will. Stuff like this is called an addictive gameplay loop, right? The key that 2K is not understanding this year, I think for their own detriment, is that just providing these long grinds does not cause people to get engrossed in the gameplay loop and the grinding loop, right? You have to have small rewards that lead up to a large reward to get people addicted to actually grinding the game, because you're being rewarded as you go. You can make the case like, yo, I'm used to long grinds, but every other game provides at least some small rewards on the way to the large reward. You can make Destiny as an example, and Destiny will reward you with stuff. It's a looter shooter. Every time you kill a boss, every time you finish stuff, you have items that you get. Yeah, granted, they might be trash most of the time and you're just recycling them, but at the same time, like, you're getting things. 2K is the opposite of that. You will grind all the way to this pink diamond and you will get absolutely nothing for the entirety of the time. Like, yeah, you get trophy case pieces, but, like, they don't do anything. Like, you know what I mean? I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I don't spend money with 2K because they can't guarantee my $100 will give you anything of value. And yes, that's another issue as well. And that's the case for most trading card games. The fact of the matter is, if you have a trading card game, it is going to be inherently a pay-to-win experience. There's not a trading card game in the entire world, and that is tabletop or virtual, that is not pay-to-win in some fashion. You cannot tell me that if you go to like Yu-Gi-Oh! Worlds or Pokemon Worlds, that is not a pay-to-win experience. People are using cards that are $5,000. Like, you know what I mean? Call of Duty is the same way, too. I mean, you're getting skins and things like that on the road to getting the final reward. And I mean, to a certain extent, they've done that with the Season 2 stuff. But even then, these rewards are kind of garbage for the most part. Like, until you get to, like, level 30, they're kind of trash. Like, it's kind of sucks, dude. Which, this is fine. I mean, the game used to be a lot less, I don't know, rewarding when we didn't have level 40 for sure, 100%. But the fact of the matter is, the reason I'm even talking about this is because I want 2K to see this, because they're literally, from their perspective, they are costing themselves money, they're costing themselves valuable data, they're costing themselves return players, they're costing themselves potential further purchases down the line, because people are just either done playing it or they're never going to pick up a 2K again. Which people always say that people who say they're not going to pick up 2K again are lying, but as a content creator, I can see the analytics and no, they're not wrong. Like, those people never show back up on the channel or any channels regardless. So they're costing themselves money. They're costing themselves potential, you know, when I say data, I mean like concurrent players and data that they use for advertisers down the road. Like, they're costing themselves quite a bit by implementing these systems that only benefit and only excite people who would never get off the game anyway. That's the issue. And that all comes back to a variety of things, but the moments cards, the centerpieces, pretty much everything in that vein is what I'm talking about. And it sucks. Like it sucks. It sucks for a majority of people. And this harms everyone, by the way. Like you could sit there and be like, "Yo, I'm a 2K god, like it doesn't harm me whatsoever." Well, here, let me explain it for you. Yes, it will. It will harm you and you don't even know it yet. That's the worst part. The reason I say it'll harm you is because if the game continues in this fashion, there is going to be no one left besides people like yourself. And trust me, you could be the biggest like Fort Minor lyrics having like I listen to that rock rap song like because I genuinely enjoy it. I wear Under Armour to play 2K kind of guy. And like it doesn't matter. You still don't want to play against Sweatlords every single game. You're just trying to grind stuff out in Unlimited. I'm sorry, you don't. I know you don't. I truly know you don't. So you need people who are just taking this game as like a fun hobby because it's just going to make your life easier. It is. And the minute those people stop playing this game, this is why we have all of the arguments over, competitive Twitter. Comp guys are arguing. Half of the reason is because there's nobody left on this game besides people who take this game uber serious. That's the issue. Like, it doesn't matter. The auction house is trash. Yeah, and the auction house is trash when nobody is playing as well because everything is significantly more expensive because there's way, way, way less cards on the market, and the only people left to bid on any of those cards are people who are tweaking about MT. So the only people that are going to be left on the game are snipe people who are destroying the market in their own way. And honestly, kind of dying off as well because there's no one to even put the snipes up because all the rookie people are gone. And Sweatlords that play on like online and MT bots. That's pretty much the only people that are going to be left behind, which sucks, dude. Moral of the story: put some moments cards in the game for real. Put some moments cards in the goddamn game. Just put them in the game. It doesn't hurt you to put them in the game. It takes like 5 minutes to make a card. I know how long it takes to make a card. You guys pumped out Brunson in like an hour and a half when people were mad. Like I know for a fact you guys can do it. Like, I know you have people in the office right now. You have to. What more? Like, you have to have people in the office to make these challenges in the first place. I know it doesn't take very long to make a card. If I can make, granted, they're not the best. I'll stand firm on that. But if I can make a card in 5 minutes on 2KDB in the custom card creator, I know it doesn't take that long to do card art. And I know when it comes to stats, they're basically copy paste. You just have to raise some stuff. Trust me, I've edited rosters in 2K a million times in my life. Like, I know it's not that hard. That's all you have to do. And you have all the tools at your disposal. So, like, I know it probably takes maybe an hour of total time in the office to maybe make a card. And if it takes like more time, prove me wrong. I don't care. Like prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Show me how long it takes to make each individual card and I'll shut the fuck up. I promise I will. But you won't, so it doesn't matter. But the welcome back NBA agenda that gives you 10 moments from the first 2 weeks of the season that lock in for a pink diamond Dennis Smith Jr. Yeah, like where are those at? Where is stuff like that? You don't even need to lock in for like a high tier card, which would be great, but you don't even need to do that. You can lock in for a diamond. Like you can lock in for an amethyst at this point. I don't give a shit. Like I just need something, dude. But the fact of the matter is, the grinds are whack. It takes, as Wildmont said an hour ago, it takes no time to throw some SIGs and badges on 1 diamond, 2 amethysts, and 2 rubies a week. Also would help limited. Facts. All they do is they take the card itself. Like they have all the current series cards in here. They're not making random new guys. Like all they would have to do would be go over here. Where's Matt Ryan at? Is he even on the roster? No, he's not even on the roster. So he would be a new card. Whatever. Fine. Where's Lonnie Walker? You just take Lonnie Walker here and you just update this card. That's all you do. That's how majority of other games do, is they just like update the existing current series cards. Like do a supercharge type beat like MLB The Show does. It makes it even easier on you, I promise. Like I'm tired of centerpieces. I am too. Yeah, whatever won't sell packs. I'm tired of the centerpieces too. I don't care about the centerpieces anymore, dude. The only people who care about centerpieces are people who are farther ahead than everybody else. Grinding for centerpiece takes several weeks. Yes, I've talked about this so many times. You could play this game for 20 hours and be rewarded absolutely nothing. There is no other game on the market that does that. None. None. Not a single video game that you can pick up right now, aside from like hardcore grinding games like a Chivalry or something. But I think even then you're getting like armor pieces and stuff. But like, you can play this game for 20 hours and not get a single card. That is insanity, dude. That is not how this is supposed to be. At the end of the day, they need to realize this isn't. You can say that my team has never been a casual mode. That's a fucking lie. That's a straight up lie. It was invented and put into the game as a casual mode. Like, the competitive mode at the time that my team was introduced in 2K13 was Play Now. Play Now was the competitive mode. That's the competitive mode. My team was put in as a casual mode, and my team itself didn't become not a casual mode until about 2K19 with the introduction of the 250K tournament. That's what changed it from a casual mode to a competitive mode. That's facts. That is a fact. That is not something you can argue. That is a literal fact. That is how the game was marketed initially, as a casual experience to build a team full of your favorite players. That's what it was. It's called My Team. It's not called Competitive Card Collector. It's called My Team, okay? Every single one of the trading card games started out as two things. One, they started out as a casual experience, and they started out as a way to make money. Those are the two things that they started out as. That's factual. That's the only reason they exist in any of these games. Casual experience, make money. And then eventually, every single one of these modes realized that they would make more money if they turned it into a competitive mode, right? So they changed it to a competitive mode, and they pretty much all did it around the same time, in between 2018 and 2020. So that's why everyone thinks about these old 2Ks as like reminiscent experiences. Like, we're all like, oh man, like 2K17 was the best. You know why 2K17 was the best? Because nobody took it seriously. That's why 2K17 was the best. When we think about 2K17, we think about 2K16. It's because we reminisce on playing My Team without sweats. Like, that's what it is. Like, there were people who took the game serious, sure. There was definitely guys. Anytime you introduce a video game, people are going to take the game serious. I mean, that's facts. Like, you know what I mean? People are overly competitive. No matter what you introduce, people are going to take it serious. You could introduce Viva Pinata online, where it's nothing but walking around and talking to people, and people are going to take it serious. Like, it doesn't really matter. But like, 2K17 was an unserious affair. I mean, even, what was it? Was it Pack and Play or Supermax? I don't remember. Even that wasn't super serious. Blacktop wasn't serious. Like, no mode in that game was serious at all. The game was a fun experience. They consistently had stuff that you could pick up. Packs were still terrible. I mean, it is what it is. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Jacob. Yes, dudes would have found a way to absolutely break 2K16 or 17 if there was 250K on the line. The 250K tournament was hands down the worst thing to ever exist for My Team. It broke the My Team game mode, because now 2K, because of this, really, I mean, that's what generates the revenue from them, but it doesn't generate as much revenue for them as you would think, from the actual people who compete in it. It generates people from, or that hope to compete in it. That's what it does. It's a marketing scheme at the end of the day. That's what it is. You know what I mean? I miss lobbies from 2K9. Yeah, you miss lobbies from when 2K didn't have money on the line. The reality of the situation for 99% of players, the 250K tournament is a bad thing for the mode. It's a horrible thing for the mode. Like, it destroyed the mode completely, because now every single person is hoping to win 250K that you play with online. And it turned the game from a casual E for everyone experience where you could go on there, yeah, you get some sweats here and there, you get some toxicity here and there, but for the most part, people just played for fun and to make their team better. That was the only two reasons people played back in the day. For fun, because they enjoyed the experience, and to make their team better. Now people are playing for glory, for content creation purposes, for 250K, trying to qualify, and it makes the mode overall worse. And the problem this year is that as many times as people will tell me that 2K is trying to actively destroy the comp community with the gameplay, from a content side of things, they're encouraging it. So I think that's the annoying factor here, is that from a gameplay perspective, you could argue that they're trying to destroy the competitive mindset and the kind of meta that has been built over the past couple of years. But from a content side of things, I mean, they're really doing nothing to dispel any of that. Like, the competitive side of things is thriving in this new content format. And I think that's the problem that sucks. Where I play about 3 hours a day, no trophy players, no 2 pink diamonds, that's it. That's the issue. I mean, if you're playing 15 hours a week, well, you said 3 hours a day. So let's say you're playing about 20 hours a week and you're not getting rewarded at all. That is an issue. That is a huge issue. And anybody who's like, yo, no, there's no way you play 20 hours a week and don't get rewarded. Yeah, dude, no, there is. I probably play this game 20 hours a week. And because I cycle through game modes so much, I play different game modes pretty much all the time. And if you get sucked into doing these challenges, oh, yeah, dude, you're killing your time. Like, if you get sucked into doing these challenges and stuff, like, you're not getting anything towards trophy case players doing that. So it's going to hurt your chances to get centerpieces. Yeah, and greener miss is horrible. I stand firm on that. All they needed to do, like, I'll be real. Like 2K22 was near perfect from a gameplay perspective, right? Like it was fun to play. It was still arcadey enough that like it was fun, even when you were getting sweated super hard. But it was a little too arcadey in relation to the shooting. Like that many whites should not have gone in. But all they needed to do was dial the sliders back a little bit. We would have had a really fun experience. But that's neither here nor there. But that's all they had to do for 2K23 was make it 2K22 with like 50% less whites. Like that's all they had to do. They just had to lower those white sliders. Completely green or miss is not good for the mode. I quit playing midway through season 1. I'll probably return towards the end when it's super easy to get OP cards. That's like the 15th person who's been in my chat saying that exact same thing. That can't be like an outlier, dude. There's no way that's an outlier and it's only my community that's like that. There's no way. Like, there's absolutely no way. There's empirical evidence that this is bad just in my own chat. Like, that's not good, dude. I am not that big of a creator. I have 60 people in here. I should not have that many people coming in here and be like, yo, I gave up on my team already. No, that's wild, dude. That's just my chat. I can't imagine. Wildmont said they're in his chat too. I believe that fully. That's not good. Like, that's not a good thing. And if you want to come in here and argue with me, you can. But like, dude, there's literally evidence in the chat right now that I am totally correct about this. I feel like I'm insane sometimes because I say these things and like my community will be like, hell yeah, dude, I feel you. But then I'll go on Twitter with these takes and people will just fry me, dude. And it drives me nuts. It drives me so nuts, man. I feel crazy. Like, it is what it is. And the fact of the matter is, people still don't know where to get the trophy case cards from anyway. Like, that's the crazy part. Yeah, they need to add centerpieces to some agendas to save it. But the problem is, Danny, you can't do that because people grinded this game so hard that they're already like ahead of where they should be. That's the issue. Like, the issue is people have grinded this current system so hard that 2K physically cannot implement things like that because people are ahead of where they're supposed to be or they're right at the limit for where 2K wants people to be at the moment. So if they start to give out centerpieces for agendas, that would put people over the hump of the content rollout. That's the issue. So that's the problem. Like, they can't do that. I'm sure they would have done that by now, probably due to the backlash, if they were able to do that. But that would allow people to get cards before they were supposed to be getting them. And that's the issue. Some guys are basically ready for Dark Matters. Yeah, that's the problem. Like, I've seen people with almost 3 opals at this point, like, which is insanity. Not 3 opals specifically, but they're close to it. There's definitely a lot of people with 2 opals already. So it's like, you can't do that from 2K's perspective because you're supposed to wait until the end of, the season to get Dark Matters. That's why we need pink diamond centerpieces, then opal centerpieces and dark matter ones. But now they are locked out of yeah, exactly, yeah. You don't need trophy players. I'm not great at the game, and I'm still a week away from getting any trophy players. Yeah, that compete in Unlimited against better cards. Okay, that's not really what I'm saying, though. Like, I'm not saying you need trophy players. I'm just saying you're somebody who enjoys 2K. If you're coming in here and you're dispelling my argument by saying you compete in Unlimited without trophy case cards, right? You're somebody who plays 2K a good amount. You're somebody who is always going to play 2K. What I'm saying is the trophy case players alienate new players. They alienate people who just play this game for fun because they're unattainable for a majority of people. That's the issue. Like, you can get maybe 1 if you play Unlimited, all season for sure. But if you're trying to get more than 1, you're pretty much fucked. Like, let's be real. I thought the trophy case card would have been a grind till the All-Star break and not a 2-month sprint to DMs. Yeah. All I need is Danny Green. Yeah. Facts. I mean, I'm close. Like, I just need my centerpiece at this point. Like, that's all I need. But the issue is there's nothing along the way to get into the trophy case players that can reward anyone. The only way you can reward yourself and build a team that can compete is to grind and farm your own MT and go buy budget cards, which is fine. Like, I have no issue with that, but it's just like, it's a gameplay loop that's not sustainable for your average person, and that's kind of my point. Like, 2K heads are always going to play 2K. That's just the facts. The issue is you got to make it inviting for other players to play it. Like, people who are just going to look at the grind in front of them and just be like, nah, bro, I'm done. Like, because that's how I am. I'm a content creator. I look at the stuff that I have to do most of the time, and I'm just like, yo, I don't want to play this right now. Like, I just don't want to do this. It's going to take me 20 hours until I'm rewarded anything. I'd rather go play MLB The Show, where I'm going to get a new card in probably 30 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Am I going to use them? Because I play enough and decent at the game, but my brother started the game a few days ago and has no idea what to do, so I understand both sides. Yes, perfect. Thank you. Are they going to make them available later, or is it a miss on the centerpiece? You're out of luck. I'm sure when people start to get Dark Matters and they don't have to worry about power scaling anymore, they'll start to make the centerpieces available for regular people to get them, but that's probably not going to be for another season or two. So, because, I mean, you got to think one DM is going to be available after this season, and then you have to wait for Larry Bird. So I have 2,000 tokens and could care less about buying a centerpiece. That's what's up. Like, that's what's up. That's just my issue with the game in general. It alienates people who aren't going to be hyper focused on the game, and that's a huge problem. Not only for the player base, not only for other people that aren't hyper focused on the game that would like to play it, actual company themselves. Like, it's an issue. They've made so much money for so long that I think they don't understand that they're denying themselves money, which under normal circumstances I would say isn't a bad thing, but in the current state of things, it's a bad thing. I typically don't want to encourage 2K to go after more money for the most part because they make plenty of money already. I don't need them extracting it from the player base even more, but at the same time, if it's actively hurting the game, like, you're denying yourself money and you need to fix it so you can get more. There we go. Thoughts on PD Pete coming out tomorrow? Yeah, the 6'5" point guard. Yeah, he's going to be good. Yeah, everything I played against Opals, it feels like they have an invisible force field around them. They're faster than other cards. Yeah, facts. Pistol Pete is 6. I think he meant to put 6'5". Yeah, too many great games coming out to invest in the same grind, especially, yeah, that's the other reason, too. It's like you're putting this grind in the game at the absolute worst time. Like, you're putting it in holiday season. This is a grind you would want to put in the game in March. You know what I mean? In March when nobody has anything else to play. You don't want to put this game, or this grind in the game during Black Friday season. Like, are you serious? This is so bad. It's so badly rolled out, and that's the issue. Like, and I don't mean that from like a mean perspective. Like, I mean that from like a constructive perspective. Like, dude, people need to understand this is being very poorly rolled out and it needs to change, or else the game might actually like have issues, like for real. And if they lose players, pack buyers, they will start bleeding the remaining player base. Yeah, that's the issue, dude. The more I improve my team, the harder my matchups seem to be. That's facts. I'm grinding Call of Duty and enjoying weight. Yeah, for real, COD just came out, not the good award. Yep. There's so many games coming out this holiday season, and that's the issue. Like, it's a huge problem. It's something that they need to kind of work on fixing, because if they don't fix it, like, it's not going to kill the game. The game's never going to be dead. People screeching about how 2K is dead, they're foolish. Like, if I'm being honest, like, they're dumb. Like, that's never going to be the case. Like, let's be real. See, you would think this team sucks, but it's not accurate. Like, you look at this team and you're like, oh, man, it's not that good. This guy's going to destroy me. I can just feel it in my bones. That's the thing, though. People need to understand, just because a lot of people are so good at this game that they can compete with squads that aren't the best squad in the game, doesn't mean anything. Like, okay, let's keep it 100 here. You play this game 20 hours a week, right? You have a couple trophy case cards. My team is technically speaking better than yours, and you can beat me. Okay. That doesn't mean that this is a winning formula. Because if you played someone with the exact same skill level as you, and they had my team, they would crush you. That's a fact, right? So what I'm saying is, having more reward cards that you can build a better and better team. It's not, dude, just more are playing offline because it's more enjoyable. What are you talking about? I don't understand. Like, I guess I would like you to elaborate more. I mean, there's a lot of people playing offline, but the player base is way smaller than it's been in years. And the reason for that is just because There's nothing for your average person when they can go play like Call of Duty or something and be rewarded instantly and probably have more fun. I mean, that's just a fact. Also, CPU difficulty, you can say that you can beat it, and I understand that. I can beat it too. Like, I rarely lose to the CPU. I'm not a brag or anything, just saying. But like at the same time, it's boring as shit. Like, and I have to sit there and spam the CPU. Dude, I just want to play it. That's why I like pro difficulty. Like, it's challenging enough, but it's like at the same time, like I can just play the game however I want to play the game. That's the fact. Like, if I want to sit there and chuck random threes, I can do that and still have a chance of winning. If you sit there and chuck random threes and kind of play half baked, half plugged in against the all-star CPU, yeah, good luck, dude. Like, you're not winning. God of War, my NBA Eras is more enjoyable than my team. Yeah, exactly. And what are they going to do? At the current rate and how they handle things, like, instead of them fixing my team to make it more enjoyable, they'll just get rid of Eras, dude. Like, that's how they do things, which is unfortunate. And every person you play against plays the same, and it's just, I don't know, man. It's just a boring experience. Like, and that sucks for me. Like, not for me specifically. It sucks for everybody. There we go. Terrible shot, but it's all good. Fouls. Playing online is horrible on 2K. I can green every shot offline. Online just seems to horrible shooting-wise. No, I agree. I agree, and it's the contest system, really. It has a lot to do with that, honestly. Like, the contest system, it just doesn't seem to... I don't know. It works, but it doesn't seem to, like, do what it's supposed to do majority of the time. At least in my opinion, anyway. There we go. Rip. There you go. Over Bull. Ah, there it is. Here's the thing. MLB is about to come out with finest cards, best cards in the game, and guess what? It's all free. Yes, that is... Yeah. I mean, that's facts. Like, MLB The Show is the perfect version of a card collecting game. Like, they still make a pretty good amount of money due to their hardcore fan base, which is fine at that point. And the reason that I don't have an issue with MLB The Show, courting people's money, in the way that I think it's fine that they do that. And the reason being is because you have no obligation to spend money in that game. Like, you can make a team that will compete with the best teams in the game for free, which, yeah, you can technically say you can do that in 2K, but once it gets to the end of the year, you can't. Like, once it gets to, I think the worst times for pay to win are probably, and this year it's more grind to win than anything, which is fine. I don't have an issue with that, but eventually it's going to turn into pay to win for sure. Like, we're already starting to see packable cards getting a little bit better than grindable cards. Like, that's happened. Do I think something big's dropping tomorrow? I mean, probably. It's probably going to be like Giannis or something. I would assume anyway, or like Kobe, or I don't know, dude. Whatever it is, I'm not going to pull it anyway because of the pack odds I just had on Tuesday. Why are you cutting Bull? And you missed 74% contest. Like, I don't understand how that's even possible. Like, I don't. And why do you guys switch all the time? Don't matter. There it is. You really stole that, huh? That's fucked up. All right. If they want us to play all these games when we need to figure out a way to where we can skip these stupid intro cutscenes, let's skip to the next game. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the gameplay at this current moment is not really fun. That's my opinion on it, is I don't have fun playing this game. And it has nothing to do with the fact that I don't win. Like, that I'm winning less than I probably was last year. That doesn't really have a whole lot to do with it. It really comes down to the fact that the gameplay loop is not fun. I'm not being rewarded for anything that I'm doing unless I'm winning. Unless it's unlimited. Unlimited still gives you points, but it still takes consistent amount of time. Other than that, every single person I play just basically paint mashes and then sits on their center on defense, and it works. I think that's the part that annoys me the most, is that people used to do that last year, but you could fight it pretty easily. Like, this year, not really. There we go. Yeah, Tatum does shoot over Scotty consistently. It's very frustrating. Yeah, but they would never do that because they make a lot of money by implementing that. And they use those. The thing is they're attempting to keep people on the game for as long as possible, because I think they're trying to drum up advertisers for the game. So they're trying to show how many people are on the game and how long they're on the game. That's what a lot of this is for, is to get those numbers up for potential advertisers, right? The issue is is the way it's being implemented, there's not really room for issue. I love the game this year, best 2K in a while. I mean, that's fine. I'm not going to argue with anyone who thinks it's the best 2K in a while. I personally don't agree with that from a my team perspective, but, you know, it is what it is. I mean, it's the best 2K in a while for a certain group of people, for sure. Like, people who play 2K religiously, you know, that's like their game that they play. This is going to be the best 2K in a long period of time for them. And I totally am not going to argue that because it's accurate. Like, if you play this game very heavily, this is the best 2K that there's probably ever been for you specifically. Maybe peak 2K20 might have been a little bit better, but I don't know. Why are you sitting there dapping him up in the fucking comment section? I'm agreeing with you, dude. Like, my thing is, like, yes, it might be great for you, but, like, it could be better for everybody. Is what I'm saying. Like, it could still be, my point is, just because it's good for you does not mean they couldn't make small, simple ass little changes that would make it not only just as good for you, it wouldn't lower your enjoyability of the experience at all, but it actually make it better for you as well. That's my point. Like, if they just included small tier grinds here and there, it wouldn't hurt your experience at all. Like, you'd still be grinding it out. The gameplay wouldn't change whatsoever, but it would just make it a little bit more enjoyable and a little bit better for everybody else. And that's, I think, the issue here as a whole, is that this game is not fun for everybody else. There we go, Caruso. Cash. I mean, I do play others, but 2K is the mainstay. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's who it's going to be good for. And well, my point is, you can keep it good for that group of people, but you can make it a little bit better for everybody else and those people as well. Start the game, play a match, choose to close the game after, yeah. No, it's not even that, really. It's just like from a grinding perspective, if you're someone who grinds 2K and this is like the only thing you play, this is going to be a good game for you. And I've said that all along. You know what I mean? But if you're somebody who doesn't really play like that, or you're someone who just plays this game casually for fun, this is not going to be a good 2K for you. This is probably going to be the worst 2K for you, period, for a long time at least. Like, maybe since, like I said, even peak 2K20, there was a lot to do offline, so I don't even think that's necessarily an issue. But and 2K21 was fun to play from from like a CPU standpoint, so I don't necessarily think that was a bad one either. What's the issue? Trophy case grind too much? Like, need... What is the issue? Are you serious? Okay, here, let me go through it again. The issues: absolutely no rewards on the way to trophy case. Issue number 1. You could sit there and play this game for 20 hours and not get a single card. That's not good. That's not it's not a good experience. Like, maybe it's a good experience for you. At the end of the day, that's really the issue. I don't think it's that we don't care about casuals' enjoyment. It's just that when casuals complain like you do, they end up taking away the long grinds that people legally meet. No, that's not accurate. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, oh my God. I'm not saying Jesus Christ at you. I'm just saying in general. Like, fuck. I hate that. No, nobody's trying to take away your long grinds. All I'm saying is they could add little pieces in the long grinds that reward people along the way. That's all I'm saying. That's the simplest change. That's all they have to do. Just put little grinds into the game and keep the long grinds. That's it. They help everybody. But holy fuck, that's never going to happen at this point. That's the issue. The trophy case grinds are long as shit, and you can keep the long as shit grinds for the best cards in the game. That doesn't matter. Keep them. Nothing matters at this point. Like, dude, butt hurt. I mean, not really. I'm just kind of explaining it. Fucking idiot. All right. I'm just explaining the issue here. I mean, I don't understand why you're even here if you're going to say shit like that. Like, what's the point, dude? Like, what constructive... Ooh, nice, a moments card. We just don't... Oh, you're talking about... Oh, sorry, I thought you were... My bad. I was butthurt at that point, for sure. No, but, dude, I don't understand. It's just they need to put little rewards into the game along the way to the larger rewards. That's the main issue. Oh, okay, I see. Are you grinding moments or are they pointless? Yeah, I'm not grinding moments. I mean, to be honest, I don't really care about off badges that much. I'll probably grind some of them for trophy case pieces. Like, I'm not against trophy case rewards. I'm not. Like, my problem is there's absolutely nothing on the way to getting these trophy case rewards. It's either you're grinding trophy cases or you're doing challenges. And the challenges don't help you towards the trophy cases. So if you're going for any alternative rewards that don't involve trophy case pieces, you're not getting rewarded trophy case pieces, right? I mean, the moments of the week, yes, you are. And there are certain instances where you are when you're doing challenges and stuff of that nature. But for the most part, if I'm grinding for free packs and some moments players, I'm probably not grinding towards a trophy case. So it's like they're two completely separate grinds, and there's not enough of like moments grinds and things of that nature to help your average player out. That's the issue. I mean, at the end of the day, like, trophy cases are cool. They're a great concept. I like them. I have no issue with the way they're implemented. It's just the fact that there's nothing for your average player here. And if they would have just added a couple things that along the way to getting a trophy case you would have also received, that would have made the experience significantly better for everyone, not just like casuals, not just sweats. Like, that's the issue I have here is there's nothing here for your regular person that plays this game under 20 hours a week. That's it. Halfway to the trophy case, guy should give you a usable diamond or something. Yeah, at bare minimum an amethyst, and that's what I've been saying. Lude's way up. Yeah, for sure. I feel you, dog. More Jalen Brunson's, yes, 100%. Who's better, Kemba or Kyrie Diamond? I mean, I don't know. I haven't really used Kemba yet, so I couldn't say. How do you not understand what he said? What are you saying? Again with the regular, dog. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm just a bot, I guess. Nah, man, I just want this game to have more rewards for your average people. Like, that's the thing is I think I have a unique perspective on it because I actively try to get a lot of people into my team because it's my favorite mode and unfortunately, my favorite game. It sucks ass. I hate it, but like, it is. It's my favorite game. That sucks for me personally. I just like playing basketball games. Like, I can't hoop like this in real life, so I like to virtually do it, dude. You know what I mean? I'm 30 years old and white and unathletic. Like, it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm skinny, but I have no coordination. I can't hoop like that. I can't dunk, bro. I just want to dunk. Is that so much to ask? But at the same time, like, there's no other basketball game for me to play, so anybody who tells me, like, oh, well, if you don't like it, just don't play it. All right, what the fuck else am I going to go play, dude? Am I going to have to boot up my PlayStation 2 and play NBA Ballers? Like, what am I supposed to do? That's why I'm trying to get some new changes up here. And honestly, the changes they made this year are good. Like, they are. A lot of the stuff that they changed this year is good. It's good. The trophy cases are good things, but it's just like the way they're implemented. I just need them to be implemented a little bit better so that, you know, not just the top tier grinders are rewarded. That's the only issue. There you go, Bull. Def feeling the centerpiece burnout. Like, I'm happy to get moments of the week because it's a diversion. Yeah, that's the issue. When you start looking at these grinds as like parts of a job that you don't want to do, that's a bad sign. And that's what majority of the community looks at them as now. And that sucks. That sucks so hard. They were exciting for season 1, and now we're at the point where you've either fallen behind already, or you're just staring at it like, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need more small grinds. Like, I've said it all year long. The fact of the matter is, majority of regular people are going to click on this game, and they're going to look, and they're going to be like, okay, well, what can I get done in the next couple days that I have to play this game? And nothing. Like, nothing. You can't get anything done in like 2 days playing this game. Like, you can't. And I'm talking about regular 2 days, not a Gamergate 2 days. Do you know what I'm saying? They should never have reset TT offline. No, I think resetting TT offline was good. I think it was a good thing personally. I just feel like 250 is a little bit too much for a centerpiece. I saw people actually complaining that centerpieces were too easy to get the other day on Twitter. Get the fuck out of here. Like, what do you mean, dog? 2K made limited a week-long mode and gave us line of requirements. I would never complain about anything. I promise I would stop complaining if they did one simple thing, and that's just give us consistent weekly grinds. Like, that's all I want. Just consistent weekly grinds, and I will stop complaining completely. Like, 250 T games is the most cracked requirement in this game, yeah. That person had to be trolling. I don't think they were, because he was saying, like, bro, I hate that they lowered the requirements, because I had to grind super hard. Like, I had to grind super hard for mine in Season 1, so it's bullshit. And I was just like, what, sir? It's like those motherfuckers that get mad about student loan forgiveness. Like, I had to pay mine back. Shut the fuck up, Gerald. Your shit was like $3,000 over 4 years in 1985. Shut the fuck up, dude. All right? Like, that's the same mindset right there. It's annoying as shit. Like, no, I don't care if you grinded your ass off season 1 to get centerpieces. That's when they were more overpowered, so shut up. Like, that's just facts. It's just, like, shut the fuck up, alright? It's fine. Who cares? Like, really, who cares? I've said the same thing. I mean, look, at the same time, like, I understand where you're coming from. But, like, it makes sense from a gameplay loop. Of course, it's going to be harder season 1. That's when they want people to, like, sweat it out. Did I not? I'm sorry. Did I just get error coded and get a loss? I did. Wow. Wow. Trash. Trash, trash, trash. Hold up. What just happened there? Trash, dude. Oh, no, I won. I just didn't get my, wheel spin, I guess. Whatever. I had to deactivate a part of my soul to finish. Yeah, that sucks. Honestly, my team arguments are sounding like socioeconomic ones. Yeah, you can actually learn a lot of political points by arguing my team this year. It's kind of funny. Like, it's kind of interesting. I just feel like my team this year is very, like... Honestly, yeah, you're not wrong about the socioeconomic stuff. It's very political adjacent this year. It's not really different than arguing economy. Like, it's really not. I really do be looking like Scalabrini with this facial hair, though. It's kind of sketch, dude. Who cares? Gerald cares. I feel was 20th win, so don't have a wheel spin. Oh, yeah, that's right. I hate that. I do. Just drop buckets 225. B-baller Z225. Yeah, I'm about to get beat up. You got 50 tokens, no more sick. Damn, I fucked up. Oh, that sucks, dude. You know, yeah, I forgot. I always forget about that. That shit sucks, dude. I hate that. Oh, you see this shit about the equalizer, dog? What the fuck is this? Hold up. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, hold up. What's up with this? Alright, I gotta see what's up. Yo, Katana, stop screaming for a second, dude. I'm trying to read about Josh Primo right now. I hate Kelly Olynyk. He's fucking annoying, dude. The Evos are another thing. I have a bunch of things that I have, you know, every year there's going to be a certain amount of things I'm going to rant about in relation to my team. Because, I mean, the reality of the situation is never going to be a perfect mode. I understand that. Like, I can provide constructive criticism and hope they make changes here and there, but it's never going to be a perfect mode. And that's okay, right? I get that. But there's certain things that they do need to change, and I'm going to continue to talk about them until they change. Like, the Evo Grinds, for one, need to change. The Evo Grinds are horrible. Nobody likes those. No one. I mean no one. There's absolutely not one person who plays this game that enjoys the Evo Grinds. That's facts. Like, no one. People still AFK Unlimited. I thought they patched it. No, people just tie their controllers up. You can't patch the grind. Yeah, Katana's over here. My cat's yelling about it. My cat's like, I love AFK, bitch. Feel that. There you go. Good board. Good board. Good extra. Oh, Mikhail. You stream here on Twitch? Both. Both, for the most part. I've been kind of lacking on my YouTube streams for the most part. But, yeah. Twitch is where I'm at mostly. I prefer Twitch because I just, like, I'm freer over there, I feel. Terrible shot. Cash, oh my god. Never played with a card less interested in boards or blocks. Yeah. Oh, Caruso. Nah, bro, 50% of the time been A-okay. I only play Unlimited for the centerpiece. Yeah, I feel that. Well, I mean, I like Unlimited, though. Like, I'm probably a psycho in that regard. Damn, dude, this Twin Towers shit he's running with these two big-ass white dudes is not helping me right now. Bargiani and Mikhail are cooking. Let's half-court press it. What are you going to do? Are you shooting fadeaways with Bargiani? That's kind of tight, honestly. I respect that. I respect the grind. Damn, he's running that switch everything. Nope. Over there. Let's go, Pip. Terrible, terrible, terrible. No, that was supposed to be a pump fake, dude. I only play Unlimited for centerpieces. It's probably the most accurate... Oh, my God. Most accurate statement I've seen this year. You got a whole hair tie gang lineup, dude. Yo, that's ridiculous. Why did you say that? All right, let's go back. I'm actually liking Caruso more than Derrick Rose at this current moment. I don't know what it is. It's Caruso's got that defense and the size too. Like Derrick Rose has been pissing me off for a long time. I needed someone to replace him with. AFK is fine. It's the dumb people that run out of bounds and don't play. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I understand. I think it's a little overblown by people, and I think that's a big issue. Like I think people kind of overstate the amount they run into AFK people. Well, it's fear mongering for the most part, if I'm being honest. Like it is what it is. When I said that 2K complaints are very similar to like stuff you'll see on like political news channels, it's not wrong. Like it's mostly socioeconomic stuff talking about the market and then people like fear mongering AFK. Like the amount of people who come out and they say very overly inflated numbers to the amount of AFK people they deal with is high. It's staggering if I'm being honest. Like I've run into two and I've played a pretty good amount of unlimited. Yes, not hundreds of games, but a pretty good amount. And yeah, I've run into two total AFK guys. So I don't think like it really is as big of a deal as people are making it sound. And at the end of the day, I don't think a lot of people really play unlimited for the sport of it anyway. So I think a lot of people play it for wins. Yeah, I can just do my challenges. That's how I feel too. I only AFK for the centerpiece. Yeah, so I think it's a little bit overstated the amount of times people run into AFK players. I think that's a little bit overdone for sure. Damn, this dude is cooking with these little corner jumpers, dude. They're just mad I can get the rewards without actually playing. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, oh, look at Caruso, the Caru god, dude. Stunting on him. AFK for the CP, what mode? Unlimited. Yeah. Unlimited because you get points for loss, so you can just sit there and run it while you're doing some other stuff. Look at the homie Alex Caruso, dude. Just being a straight up MVP. There we go. I'm getting a lot of offensive boards this time. Scotty over Scotty. Bad shot. Oh, it don't matter. Rip's got this. Stun on him. I use AFK for all the dumb games to win. Yeah, I play. I will do like player lock for offline. For like DT offline, you can player lock and you'll be good. Clutch time offline as well. If you use like Evo cards, you can sit there and player lock. It's not a big deal. Like I'll player lock Benedict Mathurin, then I'll use like Raja Bell and then like Kirk Heinrich at point guard, just like some defensive guys. I'd be giving you yeah. But that's once again, that's a problem that 2K themselves have created. Like people get mad at players for the AFK, get mad at 2K. The centerpiece grind is the reason people even do AFK. Like straight up. Oh man. No, I know you're not mad at people. I'm not talking about you specific. I don't really argue with you, Jay. Like I know what's up with you. Like I know you're pretty like balanced. Like you have your opinions, but you're not gonna flame other people for having theirs. When I'm basically arguing your points towards the other people that aren't as forgiving as you, if that makes sense. Like I try to specify that for the most part, but sometimes I don't do a great job of specifying that point. But you know. Oh my God, Caruso. Oh god damn, dude. White on white violence, not good. Oh man. Oh no, Mikhail. You just got bodied. If there wasn't so much to do, I wouldn't play her. Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I do feel that. This game is very grind intensive, and I honestly just get burned out on it pretty consistently. Like, I don't have really anything to. I don't know, man. I just like I want to play other games, and this game doesn't allow me to do that with the limited time I have creating content and playing it. So it's like I get really frustrated by the fact that I never get rewarded. Like, and that sucks. So what's up with Josh Primo here? Josh Primo, 19-year-old, blah, 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 blah. Okay, who has suffered a lifetime of trauma and challenges. He is now being victimized by his former team-appointed sports psychologist who is playing to ugly stereotypes and racially charged fears for her own financial benefit. Ooh, getting spicy. In an act of betrayal against her young client, Dr. Catherine who is a 40-year-old white woman, falsely claims Josh Primo exposed himself to her during the course of her numerous therapy sessions. Dr. Cawthon's allegations are either a complete fabrication, a gross embellishment, or utter fantasy. Josh Primo never intentionally exposed himself to her or anyone else and was not even aware that his private parts were visible outside of his workout shorts. Interesting. What makes the allegations even less credible is that Dr. Cawthon never informed her patient of the purported exposure. Dr. Cawthon was Mr. Primo's mental health support provider and confidant. Yeah, I like the word confidant. That's cool. A therapist who Mr. Primo trusted. She is much older than Mr. Primo, with many years of experience as a sports psychologist. It is baffling why she did not bother to tell her patient that his private parts were visible underneath his shorts. Josh Primo is at the beginning of a promising young career and has been devastated by these false allegations and released by the Spurs. I mean, that part is accurate if he didn't do it, yeah. He is in the process seeking treatment to deal with the trauma inflicted on him by Dr. Cawthon's misleading allegations, in addition to the previous trauma he suffered as a child. He looks forward to clearing his name and to moving forward in the NBA. Interesting. Oh, okay. I don't care if he's sick. As a Spurs fan, we don't need that on our team. Yeah, but I mean that's if it's accurate though. I mean, we don't know. Like, you know what I mean? The fact of the matter is, like, he was accused of exposing himself to this one psychologist, so it's a he said, she said type beat. I mean, really, what would this woman have to gain from this? But at the same time, you don't know. Like, who knows? You know, we don't know. Like, it is what it is. I mean, he's a fucking idiot regardless. I feel like majority of the time, I'm a man. I feel like I would notice a change in aeration, you know, if my junk was just hanging out of my shorts, but that's just me. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he lacks sensitivity down there. Maybe he used too many numbing lotions in his life, which is a whole different thing that probably lends credence to what she was saying, but that's besides the point. I know, I'm just reading the one statement right now. I don't know the facts. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. He probably did it, but, like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? It's probably accurate, but maybe he's just packing heat. Oh my god. Sir? Sir, why did you say that? Why did you say that? Yeah, that sent me. I didn't expect that. Jesus Christ. I should have expected that though. Also, way too many people believe yeah. That's kind of the issue, I suppose. You know, it's like, you don't know. Well, none of us really know. Like, y'all like up the chat? Yeah, that's what's up. I appreciate that. I got Steve Nash. I think I already had the Miami Heat one. Yeah, I did. Do I have an active exchange here? I don't. So we're going to go with current or moments. I'm going to go with moments, I think. Yeah. I think I don't do the moments one. I should probably do that more. Yet again, he's 19, I think, but yeah, it's like you don't really know. Like, there's really no way to tell exactly what's going on there. It doesn't look good for sure, but you know, benefit of the doubt. Motherfuckers love to talk about law and order, but they never want to actually give anyone like the law and order benefits themselves. So, you know, who knows? We'll see. We'll see what comes out, I suppose. And I can only play about 15 hours a week without AFK. My squad would be ass, y'all. I feel that. Too much VRP hub. That's entirely possible. That's a whole new level of, like, Pinot addict, dude. If you're hitting VR headsets with the Pinot, you need to stop. I hate to be old school. I hate to be a person who dispels technology. But if you're using a VR headset for Pinot, you need some help. Like, you need some, I'm sorry, you do. You need some help. You need to just find a way to go, like, meet a real woman, please. Like, you're investing too much into this. I'm sorry, dude. If you have a VR headset and you're watching consistent Pinot, nah, that's bad. It's like you're doing the most. You're doing the most, dude. Like, I don't know, man. As a casual 2K player, the trophy grind is a dirt. I thought you were going to go in the conversation that we were having by starting it as saying as a casual 2K player and then launching into like some sort of talk about VR pornography, and I was kind of confused at the moment. I was like, "Wait, what? What are you saying?" But anyways, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go make some lunch and chill. I'll be back on Twitch later on. If you're wanting to hang out, you should definitely come over there. Regardless, I appreciate you guys for hanging out, and I will see you guys later. So, peace.